Okay, big things happening here with Kyle today. We've been working hard. It's 1 a.m., 1:20 a.m., and we got all of these boards cut out. So pretty much the bed frame, all the boards are cut out. For those of you who are still wondering how my bed is gonna work, so this piece is just used, it's just mocked up right now to show, but basically that whole area there, as well as, ignore this corner here, as well as a big rectangle all the way filling there, will be the bed. So if you still have questions, I don't know what to tell you, but then when it's not in bed mode, the diagonal piece along here will be removed, and then for just normal daily use, I'll have that section there, and then this, we got a little hinge. It's just set in there right now, but this will lift up like that and fold over onto there, so that way I can walk through the aisle if I want, and then I can fold it back. But it's looking super good. So there's that wall there, and all of these wooden pieces will be covered in the same carpet we've been using for all the shelves and walls and stuff. So that'll all be one piece. There'll be a nice door there. I can fit 2 helmets inside that compartment, and then we added a shelf in the safe right there, and then covered up a wall there that goes flush with that wall back there. I've got my mini fridge thing right here. It'll be basically, there's barely any jiggle right there, but there's gonna be the carpet, which will give it even less jiggle. So that'll be perfect once it's all in there. We also had that extend past the tube a little bit, just for kind of a nice, cleaner look. And then the seat, when it's laid down, is basically parallel with that edge there. So, looks pretty good, yeah?
Looks real good.
Definitely coming together.
Next.
That one? Yeah, let me do a little...
Hi, guys!
No, just kidding.
Yay, go!
Welcome to the BeRAD Van Build Show!
Yay, go BeRAD!
They're over there probably in the other unit, probably like freaking idiots. All right, so we know I've showed you a lot of carpeting before, but some of the panels we already have carpet. We have all the carpet is. We have all the panels. I lied. We have almost all of the panels carpeted on one side, but some of them we have to get a second side because it shows on both sides. So we had it wrap around the first side. That's always going to be the outer edge of things. And then what we're going to do for the second side is we basically just cut it in the shape without any wraparound, and then we kind of take our finger, wet some glue, and we kind of like weld, you could say, the edge. So it looks like it's basically seamless, full wraparound. And we did it to a few already. Looks really good. So now we're going to do it to the last few, and we'll show you a little bit of how it works. All right, we got our piece here. We're going to lay it down on the carpet. We're going to line up this edge and this edge. We don't really want it to hang over, but we don't want it to be set to the inside too much. So really want to be pretty accurate with our alignment. So look about good there. We got a little tail we got to cut off here. Give that a slice down the length here. Oh, screw you. Okay. Okay, which we don't have to be too clean on because that's all going to get tucked away. And now what we have to think about, this edge here, I think we want to trim it a 1/2 inch shorter, so that way when it's clamped up against the vertical beam on the bed frame, it'll make sense once we do it and then show you where it fits. That way it's kind of centered in the bed frame and you won't see the edge of the carpet at all. It'll get pinched and covered up. So other than that, I think every other edge is good. So we'll just lift that up, just kind of eyeball it. Yeah. It's not very straight, but it doesn't matter. It's getting covered up. All right, here's a little bird's eye view, different perspective. I think this is can number 6. I think it's can number 6 of spray glue.
We just bought 2 more.
Yeah, we just bought 2 more, so we've gone through a lot of glue putting all this stuff together. Now we got both sides carpeted. Looks good. This is the side that'll show. You can see there's like a little crease from the fold over, but that's gonna be on the back side and tucked away. So the one thing you run into is you kind of see this little edge here where the carpet overlaps. If we spray glue on heavy there and get it really wet, we can then take our finger and go like this, and it kind of, like I was saying earlier, kind of welds the 2 surfaces together because it pulls fabric from each side to overlap it. So although we don't really need to do it for this piece since none of these edges are going to show, we'll do it just as an example so you can see how we did it on the other ones. Here's a better example here. See how it didn't really stick down? So we're gonna wet that with a little more glue. There, now it's nice and wet. So that's kind of what we're going for. It's really not cooperating on this one. There we go, now it's getting tacky. Eventually it kind of makes a seamless edge when it works well. There we go, now it's working. One of our more intricate pieces, this is the faceplate for the shelf that hangs off the bed frame. So what we did is we left some overlap here, and then when we fold these 2 in, they're gonna meet up. That was perfect right there. They're gonna meet up and then basically cover the whole thing in carpet. Crap, your mind is about to be blown. We got all of the pieces carpeted, and wait, was it all? Is it all of them actually? I think it is all of, yeah. I think it's every single piece, and we mocked everything up. We just used some packaging tape to hold it together because we can't bolt it on yet because the bed frame and stuff isn't powder coated, but we'll show you what it's gonna look like anyway. You ready? So here we come in from the back. We got this sick shelf up here. It's gonna be perfect size for 2 helmets in there. The back will be covered up with a plate with carpet and stuff, so it'll all be kind of closed off. Up here, I still got some 1/4-20 mounting points if I want to mount something in there. Maybe put some chargers back there. But this faceplate, I'm super happy with. So all one piece of wood. There's a little ledge in here, so if you have anything in there that can roll or slide, it'll catch that. Then around here, up on the bed, we have that piece that cleans everything off. It contours all along the wall there just flawlessly. It's kind of bowed out right now, but once it's bolted down, it'll look great. And then here is the bed that everyone doubted it was big enough for me.
All the haters.
Yeah, all the haters. So here's Devin. He's a little smaller than me, but shorter, I should say. But he's a fat ass. No, but look at that. I mean, roll around. Go on your right side, then go on your left side. Like, there is plenty of room. So I'm gonna have the 5-inch memory foam mattress there. And then, like, look, we got all this platform out here now. Move your legs over this way a little bit. Oh shit, you just kicked me. So this piece will be removable. So if I want to put a passenger in that seat, I can. But we're just using the seat to hold it up right now. I can't fix this. Wait, no, there we go. Okay. So that'll pretty much be a permanent structure right there. But if I have to seat someone here, this seat will always just be pushed forward all the way. And then there will be legs coming down there and some guide pins so it can't float around. But no, it's looking super good right now and plenty of space. I'm 6 feet tall, and I just stretched out and I still had a few inches to spare on my head and a few inches by my feet. I usually sleep a little curled up anyway, but here. Holy crap, looks so good. Yeah, here. I guess I can show you if you don't believe me. So here we go, 6 feet tall. Got my head right here. I can even kind of put my arms up like this, and plenty of room. So the memory foam mattress will be cut out in one shape. I got a queen size mattress, which I haven't showed you yet, but I slept on it a few nights just on the floor in my room, and it was pretty comfortable. It's definitely gonna work. So that'll all be one piece that fits here. If I need a passenger to sit there, that'll just kind of flop up. But yeah, it's looking super good. We got the refrigerator here. We had a little bit of a problem. We have 1/2 inch board here, and we tried making the other side on the interior 1/2 inch, and it was just too tight. But we replaced the one side with that 5mm plywood that I've been using for most of the other stuff, and it's a perfect snug fit. So accelerating, it's not gonna come flying out. There's no reason to even put a strap over it, but it still slides out nice and smooth. So if you look in there, let me get some light with the phone.
Yep.
If you look in there, everything's nice and carpeted. Again, all this will be clamped once it gets screwed down, but beautiful, nice surface for that to slide into. And then all under here, we've got the shelves there. Everything's just still sitting in there. In here, we have this great pocket here. I left all of the wood up here bare because I figured if I put some sort of LED strips like on the tubes there so I can illuminate it, it'll reflect a lot better than the carpet. So it's kind of ugly when you're down here looking at it, but you know, even if you're standing outside the vehicle here, you'd have to like be really squatting down, and even still it doesn't look awful. So yeah, it's looking freaking incredible.
Yeah, it is.
I could not be more happy with how this is turning out. So I know, probably a pretty boring episode. It's Friday now, so if I put this video out on Sunday, there's really no more I can do right now, unless I get some work done Sunday, but then the video would be delayed. So I know it was kind of a boring episode, but at least to give you a little update and hopefully cleared up this whole bed situation so you understand how that's going. Thanks so much for watching, and if you have any more questions, feel free to ask. I'll try and answer them. If you have any more suggestions, those have been very appreciated as well. So that's all we got for you. We'll see you later. Okay, I lied. We're not done.
We couldn't help ourselves.
The haters that were wondering how I'm going to fit a bed were also wondering how I'm going to fit 2 bikes in here. So here's your answer. Look at that. We still even got room to clear. We got like 2 or 3 inches, which, of course, I took measurements because I have put, a few minutes of thought into how I'm going to build this. So we got our bed, and we got a sexy YZ250X. And look it, we got plenty of room for a sexy WR450 Supermoto. I ordered this Risk Racing clamp here, which is really cool. So it's like spring-loaded. You back the bike in, then you just stomp that down. I can't really do it right now because it's not bolted to the floor. So there will be a welded rack that's bolted into these 4 tie points in the corners there. It'll kind of cover this whole back, and it'll mount those the lock and load Risk Racing tie down systems. No, that's not a paid promotion. Sometimes that ticks people off, but I bought these. They weren't given to me. So it fits in there beautifully. Doesn't even feel too cramped once you're in here. And we just made a measurement with another of those over there. You have a 17 or 18 inch wide aisle, so I'll still be able to walk between the bikes. The only hard part's going to be the handlebars will kind of get in the way, but I could really technically set it up like that, and then you can walk all the way to the back of the vehicle without being interrupted by the handlebars. So it's beautiful. Flawless.